Hey guys, what's going on? Captain Snuggles here with yet another Let's Build. Now this Let's Build's a bit more of a wealthier family, so it's a lot larger of a modern house. So I had a picture up on Google with a good idea of what I wanted to build. So I'm just kind of doing a rough basis of the design, again starting out with 2 blocks and just shaping it from there on. I wanted a large balcony like the one in the picture there. Now to add more depth to the outside of the building, what I did is I just kind of threw the stairs in a little box on the outside, which also worked out in the end because it gave me a lot more room. Adding in a long, thin pool, more of like a lap pool, something that kids wouldn't necessarily mostly use, but more of an adult, and also better looking feature. So here I'm just kind of going around, touching up the house, making the paint white, just kind of like to see how I like it, and also laying down some brick just to see how it all kind of fits in. Then I start with the windows. With this house, there is a ton of windows, and I mean like there is a bunch. Here we go. I'm starting and putting in a little box area with the front door there, and then again just layering windows in. And I want to kind of keep a line with the stairs. I thought that was kind of cool. And then again putting in more windows, kind of keeping a symmetrical balance, but not so it's like a picture on each side. So now I'm just kind of working on windows still, and I kind of wanted to figure out what kind of paint style I wanted to go with. So I wanted to go with like a more earth tone, so I went with this dark sage green. And then for the rest of the building, I'm going with this really flat gray. I think that in the end turned out to be it looked really well. The green was a nice offset color. And then I did fences a little bit darker brown, again to match the kind of theme of the building. And then right here it was like a one wide area. I didn't know what to do too much, so I just kind of threw in lights behind where there weren't windows. And I had this idea of just kind of putting plants in there. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool because it's a kind of like a greenhouse. You kind of get that earthy vibe to it. So I was like, hey, I'll throw some plants in there, a bunch of potted plants. Don't really know, it's just kind of a little space filler. I think in the end it looked okay. I tried to get as pleased as I could with it, and I think the end product was, it was good to fill the space. Working on the outside lights. Here I'm kind of working on putting down ground lights, lighting up everything, making sure it looks nice. But again, moving the mailbox before I forget about that, and the outside pool lights. Now these aren't the final lights. It does get a lot brighter out here towards the end when more building pieces come into play. And here I wanted a little front porch, like where you could have a seating area. Not necessarily where there's gonna be like a TV or anything, but more for if you just wanted to come outside, sit down, talk to your friends. I tried putting in a TV. Didn't really like how it turned out. Didn't look the best. So I toyed with it. Wasn't too happy with it. I forgot that we had half walls that just came in, so I was like, hey, we could use that. Couch kind of overlapped on the door, so I moved that. In the end, I ended up getting rid of that TV, as you can see, and just putting the table there. Putting a little mat in front of the door, wipe off your feet as you come in, and then a little breakfast table, so if you want to come outside and eat. And then I wanted to incorporate an outside grill. I always like that style where you can go outside, you've got a full grill set up. So I kind of worked the grill in so it looks like it was built into the counters there. Put some pillars in, threw a flooring above it, and made it its own like little kind of its own separate building basically. Pulled in the back so it didn't overlap over the fencing, kind of kept in the property lines. Threw some lights underneath it, gave a nice glow to it, again lighten up the outside. And then I wanted to throw a little area where you could sit down, like as you grill up, people could sit there and talk to you. So incorporated that on the left side, closer to where the actual house is. I thought it was more practical. Again, moving the sink closer, and then just kind of throwing some greenery in to finish that off. And then there was this open grass area, and I thought it'd be a good idea to throw some shrubs there. I toyed with the idea of putting shrubs all the way around it. I just thought it was a little too much, so I just kind of kept that little nook. As you can see, I left one over on the side just to kind of give it a little wraparound feel. Alright, now we're moving on to the inside, throwing some lighting down. Had some weird issues when I was building this house. I don't know if it was because I was recording and having music on at the same time, but the lighting took a really long time to render in. Got a little kind of tiny little opening up over the stairwell there, um, and then toying with the walls here to so that I'm happy and I create. So got rid of that wall. Ended up putting another box in there to kind of give more depth to the building on the outside, as well as create an area for a TV to rest. So I put two counters down, through a TV in there. I thought it was kind of a little nifty area to put that. Put some greenery in there, give some lively, because I want this house to be alive. I want it to have some of that of the nature feel to it. So nice earth tone couches, an industrial coffee table. Thought that looked good, fit in well. Threw a little plant in the corner to fill in the area. Put some mirrors in. Didn't really like it. I wanted to have more color, so I threw those two pictures in. Got matching banners around them. And then moving on in, there's a table here, just something you could throw your shoes under. I didn't like how the shoe was clipping in, so I just kind of put that, moved back to the other men's one. Threw some pictures on there. And I was looking for the books, something to fill up the space because it's a fairly large table, and then the book bag underneath. And then a nice little white carpet is the offset of the wood. And then here we got the dinner table. I thought it'd be really nice to have the dinner up front because, again, you've got the full wraparound looking into the pool. It'd be really nice to sit there, eat, and you can just admire the pool. It's just a very beautiful scenery. Now I'm working on the kitchen. This is probably the hardest part of the build for me. I couldn't figure out how to get this to work. It took me a really long time to finally be satisfied with it. It was a lot of toying around with it. I couldn't quite get the counters. I wanted to get the sunken in refrigerator. You'll see here I'm entering all the cheats in. I want to get the sunken in refrigerator, so I kind of hid it in the cabinets and put one over top, make sure they all look good, and then moving those around. I wanted the full wraparound. I mean, it didn't look good because on the window on the outside, you're looking back in and you're looking at the back of appliance. It didn't really look too well, so I ended up getting rid of those. But this corner cabinet really ended up getting me mad. I couldn't get this thing. I ended up just deleting the walls around it, and it worked in the end. Got the cabinets in. That corner one wasn't too bad, and then it just made the cabinets flow. And good thing is they don't bug out. Ooh, voice crack. Ooh. So it doesn't bug out. Kind of made that little sink area, something in the back. If you're gonna just kind of wash up, chop stuff in back there. Now I wanted to get an island, and I was messing around with a bunch of things like that. I couldn't. This is probably the hardest part, where I was trying to figure out how to incorporate this island in. So I ended up filling that area with a little breakfast table looking out over the window, just to fill the space because I couldn't really do anything with that space because of the windows. Then messing with the lighting here, making everything look good. Adding some different lights to it just to give it variety. And then so I kind of messed with this idea a little bit, and I was gonna double it to see if I could fit a oven in there because I'm still trying to figure out where to put the oven. And now coming back to it, I realized I forgot to put a microwave and all the cooking stuff in there. So in the end, I actually got this idea. It didn't look too bad. I was actually pretty satisfied with it. And there, I forgot that I didn't use a island piece, so all worked out. So I was actually pretty satisfied with it. It didn't look too bad, didn't take up too much room, and when you put stuff on it, it doesn't look too shabby actually. So I just kind of threw some decor in there, just give it some liveliness, and then again throw in those little kind of sleek lighting. Now I learned this from a fellow sim designer. Her name's not coming to mind. I'll probably mention her in the description, where you just fill up all the spaces and then you can put the piece using move objects wherever you feel like. I changed the wallpaper, and because of that, it deletes the things that you move. So I said, screw it, I'm not doing the end. So I didn't put that piece back. If you want to, you can go for it. And I'm kind of toying with colors here. I want to go with the dark because the walls are really light. So I went with the dark. I was just messing with it, and finally was happy with that. Here's over the hallway where the stairs are, as well as the bathroom. There's a little nook there, so I just filled it in with a table, a couple mirror, and some plants, as well as, I believe, I can't remember what I threw there actually. Oh, a little laundry basket. So put that in there, And then going on the bathroom, little nook there, I just thought that was a perfect place for a sink. And then the toilet. It's not a full bath; it's just a half bath with the toilet and just some extra decor around the sides. Threw wall lighting in instead of a ceiling light because I felt like there's too many, so it'd get annoying if you're playing on it, if you were to download it. Threw in a dark floor to accent the light walls, and then putting in a nice space painting to add some color to it. Moving on to the upstairs now. There's a hall. I wanted to have a hallway that stretched out across the house because originally I need to been working on trying to figure out how I can incorporate just more than one room. I'm really bad at that right now, so I've been working on it a ton, learning new techniques, learning new styles, stuff like that. So there we go. We've got the hallway now. You can see for a brief second. There's a hallway there, and it just kind of runs parallel along the outside, so you got some natural light coming in, as well as it puts you across the house into the master bedroom that's kind of tucked over in the corner that has that 180-degree view, which I thought was also really nice. Moving in the plants because they're kind of clipping in the wall, and picking the wall colors for the upstairs. Now, this was kind of hard. I'm also trying to learn how to color up interiors. Interiors aren't my strongest point. There's still a lot that I'm learning. So I ended up going with a darker theme with a light bathroom, and then for the master bedroom, I was going with I believe dark bathroom bright. Now here's a little kind of office area set just on the top of the stairs. Just a nice little sleek computer there. Looks like a Mac kind of little tiny desk. If you needed to work on it, you could. And then wood floors with the variety color panels. And then to break up the wall, I threw some shelves on there. Used moved objects to move them on. Some plant life, some books, as well as some candles. And I believe another plant. Yep, another plant. And then I need a big picture. I found that one. It fit perfectly. Put 3 lights on it. Kind of illuminates it really well. And then throwing some wall lighting in. I like this kind of lighting. It's very fluorescent light, and it kind of fits that hallway. It's really cool. It's kind of like lights up the walls and keeps the floor lit as well, but it's like a little bit darker of a feel to it. Making the floor work because it kind of snakes around the corner there. I went with carpet at first. I ended up changing it at the end. I didn't really know what to put as the floor in there because I felt like I had too much wood. So there we go. We got the bed. Throwing in a nice rug that accents the bed. Dresser with a nice TV on it, and matching sides matching sides for the bed that you can put like your clock or any water bottles or anything when you're sleeping at night. Two seats. I ended up changing this out because the table I was trying to find for it never really worked out. It was way too big. So I put 2 smaller seats with a medium-sized one, little nice kind of modern desk, as well as some books to it. So I want to kind of put a little master bedroom office in there because they need something private, need somewhere to work. I felt like that'd be perfect. And so I was kind of getting tired of the master bedroom, so I moved on to the bathroom. The window was way too big, so I threw some covers on it and put a sink in, kind of industrial style sink. Black and green, give it some accent to the wall, and then toilet. I was toying around with that, put a wall in. I think it looked good, kind of divided it up, and I could throw the towels on the side. Kind of went brown, silver, earth tone sort of colors, and a little hamper for your clothes, and then the rug that accented the colors as well. So now we're moving on back to the bedroom. Got to finish up this is kind of a closet area where you can hang your clothes up, try them on if you want. But the main dresser that your Sims will be using is underneath the TV. Finding a rug, that rug ended up fitting it pretty well. It looks a lot better now that, yeah, there we go. And adding in the colors through a dark floor in, and it looks a ton better compared to the carpet. And then kind of moving and using move objects to get that mirror in there so your Sim can look at themselves to make sure they look all nice and good. Putting some pictures in. And then for this room, I want to kind of go crazy with different colors. I felt like the house was too plain, so I wanted this room to be just kind of really sporadic. Threw a little TV in there. It's more of like an on the wall, like if you were to have one in real life that you could move side to side, change the angling of it. That's the kind of TV I was envisioning there. Well, obviously the Sims doesn't have that. Little bookshelf, some little seating there so you can sit down, read your books for the guests or anything like that, and a nice little rug for in the corner. Moving on to their bathroom, use the 2-in-1 kind of shower thing there because it's very compact, and I felt that fit that really well. And then some color in it that just to kind of spruce it up because it's very dull. Moving on to the balcony, it's the last part of the house, kind of get putting in the 2 chairs and the TV. And then that again, the industrial coffee table for underneath that would have like your DVR and all that stuff in there. I couldn't really figure out what to place there. There's kind of a dead space there, so I just kind of left it to be. If you guys think of anything, you're more than welcome to add that. You can download it on the gallery. Moving on to landscaping now. I'm still trying to work on my landscaping. Obviously, it's not the best, but I'm trying my hardest. Again, I'm doing my research because I want to become good at this. So painting it up, getting the train paint in there. I was exploring with some different colors, didn't really like it, so I ended up going back with the dirt for underneath the hedges. And then I forgot about the roof, so I went back to the roof, explored with a bunch of different colors. Ended up finishing up with that black. I noticed I forgot the grill. I go back to that later on, so don't stress out about it too much. Putting in some tree. I want it again to be that nature kind of vibe to it, so I got some birch trees in there. And outside I have bigger plants, and I got some rock decor over by the front entrance. Kind of breaks it up, makes it look really nice. Kind of draws your eyes to the entrance. So throwing in the dirt around it to give it some more realistic mulch kind of feel, and then coloring the grass on the outside to kind of give a variety to it. So put some hedges in the back here to kind of because it's the back area. It's gotta look good because you're not gonna really be down there, so the space is unused. So just gonna kind of throw some plant life back in there. I didn't want to go too crazy on the side, so I threw a couple trees in, little groupings of flowers there, and then I threw some rocks in, and that's it. So here's the final pictures of it. That's the front area. The grill right there, I noticed I didn't change that. I went back to it later after taking the pictures and did change the roofing of that. Here's the back side if you were to be coming in from the walkway over by the park, and then again if you were walking up. So here's the front area where you got a little breakfast table and the seating area, the pool that overlooks into the barbecue pit, your dining table, this nice little seating area with a good view, the living room kind of earth tone and stuff like that, as well as the kitchen, which is a little darker but also nice, sleek, modern. Stairwell with a cool banister that looks down and over and in. Here's the bottom floor bathroom, a little kind of tight half bath, as well. Here is the upstairs area. We could see the office, and then the guest bedroom that's got that crazy sporadic colors to it. Another look, there's a seating area to the right overlooking the balcony. So there's the bathroom. It's a little tight, so it's got 2-in-1 shower with a nice little painting, and here's the sink and everything. Here's the master bedroom. You can overlook the bed and everything, as well as the closet that looks into the office of the master bedroom, as well as the bathroom, kind of darker toned, kind of relaxing if you were to take like a bath or anything like that. Here's the deck. Nothing too crazy about it, just a nice relaxing deck. Here's the floor plans. Hey guys, remember to leave a like and comment your next favorite build. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.